Does the anticipation level, the excitement, does it change over time, or is it similar going into every postseason?
It's pretty similar. You're just anxious to get out there. You're anxious to go out there and compete. Everything's on the line. Win or go home. That's the attitude you have to have. You have to win. I mean, you get in the postseason, every day feels like a must-win day, must-win game. Whether it's an elimination game or not, you always show up to the park like, we got to win today. So, that's the beauty of the postseason. This is what you play the game for, is to be in these type of moments. And you always look back. For me, I look back at my career and been in these moments, and love that I've always had the opportunity to pitch in these games. And I'm just thankful I have another opportunity to pitch in a postseason game.
Disha. Tony.
Just how, if at all, will both your oblique, your age, all those factors affect your ability to do the types of things we've seen from you in the past, whether that's go on short rest of the postseason, other things of that nature?
On short rest, worry about that at a different point in time. We have a 3-game set. All I got to do is go out there and pitch game 1. You figure out the rest later. We got to win this series first.
Mike.
Max, after your last start, you talked about a couple of mechanical adjustments you wanted to make, and do you feel that you were able to make them, and where are you at right now with that?
Yeah, I just needed to clean up little things in my delivery to be more consistent where I want to execute pitches. So I've made this type of fix before many a times. You just get out of whack a little bit throughout the season, and it just became more apparent, especially when it's I've always said it's really easy when you win a ball game. You don't critique yourself as hard, but when you lose a ball game, you look at everything, and so sometimes you need to take a loss. This is how you take a loss in this league, and you gotta be able to take a loss and be able to look at yourself, and critique yourself, and fix the things you need to be able to fix. So, for me, I thought I identified what I needed to correct, and I did it to the best of my ability.
And what's the thing that strikes you the most about the Padres lineup?
I mean, they're good. Every lineup in the postseason is good. Every team is good. It absolutely takes it's going to take everything out of us to be able to advance on. There's no such thing as a cakewalk in the postseason. So, definitely respect what the Padres can do, especially offensively up and down the lineup. They got big guys in the middle. Soto, Machado. Those are big names. They got a lot of ways to beat you, and you got to really pitch your ball game. You got to pitch with every pitch you got, and be able to execute every pitch. And you make mistakes, you lose.
Tim.
What is your physical condition right now?
Great.
You made a couple comments recently about trying to get through the season or managing this or that, or
that was just in a conversation with Ken. I was talking to Ken just the kind of evolution of this whole injury. I hadn't seen Ken for a while, and just was discussing the nature of the injury, how it came about, the different things that I was going through, and coming out of this a second time, but going into the start, I'm good. I made it back up to 100 pitches. I'm throwing everything I need to do, so I'm not limited by this oblique at all.
And then you discussed your relationship with Soto in the past, going into the season opener when you were going to face him. What's it like doing it on this stage in 2 different uniforms after what you guys experienced together?
It's fun. Yeah, we had that moment where we won together, but now baseball always does the craziest things, and then makes you face each other. You gotta face your friends, and you gotta go out there and beat them. So it's just, those are the moments you remember. Matchups you remember. Obviously he's a great hitter. It's gonna take everything out of me, every pitch I got, in order to get him out.
Bruce.
Max, what kind of honor is it to get the ball in the first game of the postseason?
Yeah, I mean, honor. That's one way to look at it. the other way to look at it is, look, everybody in that clubhouse is going to have an opportunity. If we're going to win the World Series, everybody's going to have an opportunity to go out there and pitch and do something. Everybody's going to contribute at some point in time. Whenever your name's called, you're going to have an opportunity to go out there and help the team. A lot of times it's harder when you don't know when your name's going to be called. Those guys have a much harder time. For me to say, all right, here's game one, go pitch. That's in some ways, mentally, I don't want to say easier. It's not easy to go out there and pitch, but when I'm first up. So. I don't really look at anything other than that. I just get the ball to be able to go out there and do my job, and that's go. Pitch as well as I can, as deep as I can. I got to do my job and to help the ball club win.
Justin.
Hey, Max, right here in the middle. I remember your introductory press conference. You said that playing in New York, pressure is a privilege, not a problem. So, do you believe that there's pressure for you to set the tone in Game 1 because of this new playoff format?
Yeah, I mean, that's one way to say it. Yeah, like I said, I mean, if you want me to double down on that quote, I will. Yeah, I don't look at, having pressure, like that's not a problem. That's a privilege. I still believe that 100%. I want to be in these situations. I want to, be competing for all the marbles. I want to be competing for a World Series. You got to be on good teams to do this. So, and then you're going to have to face the best teams, best players across the game if you want to call yourself the best. So it's just an opportunity to go out there and compete and win. This is what you look forward to.
Matt, in the back.
Hey, Max, in the back over here. How are you? Back this way.
Yep.
Hey, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
It's been a long time. We see you on the field. We don't see you off the field. Give us an idea of the night before a huge game. What does Max Scherzer do to get ready? Is there a routine? Are there habits? What's your deal?
I don't know. That's a tough question to kind of answer. I mean, I'm just going to go home and, spend time with the family, spend time with the kids. Watch. I got my girls watching Batman, so we love Batman right now. So I feel like I'm doing some good dad parenting right now.
Mark in the middle, last one.
Max, you and I spoke the other day, and we talked about not only the effect you have on the mound, but in that dugout with the other players. Having pitched in 26 postseason games, obviously you have a wealth of knowledge to pull from. How important will it be for the pitchers in games 2 and 3 to use you as a sounding board if things get rough?
You got to know who you are. Like identify who you are as yourself. I mean, are you a high adrenaline pitcher? Or are you a player that has kind of ice water in their veins? There's two different types of mentalities that go out there when you compete, and these moments kind of force you into kind of that more extreme of either. You got to be able to handle the moment and know who you are within that moment. So that'll be kind of the conversation. Yeah, that'd be the extent of a conversation, something like that. I mean, we've been playing baseball for 162 games. It's still, at the end of the day, it's still 60 feet 6 inches. You still got to throw over the plate. Like you still got to attack. Like things don't change. It's not like all of a sudden you make up a new pitch. No, you got to go out there and do your thing, compete, and know who you are.
Thank you, Max.
You're up.
Pete and Francis.